Howdy howdy, my name is John and this video is my reading wrap up for the months of March, April, and May 2023. The first book I read in March was Foundation by Isaac Asimov, and I'm reading out of this compilation. This is the first book in Asimov's famous Foundation series. This was a reread for me and I really enjoyed my reread. This novel is really a compilation of 5 short stories, all set in the same universe, and they go in chronological order. I know I've heard some people kind of complain about the fact that it is short stories instead of one complete narrative, but this actually works for me. I gave this reread 5 stars. It's actually kind of funny. I'm currently rereading Foundation and Empire, which is the second book. And on this channel before, I've complained about books being too character focused. And these stories are actually all kind of character focused, but they're done in such a way that, they're short stories, they're not long novels that I find more enjoyable personally. If you ever do want to get into kind of classic science fiction, the Foundation trilogy is one of those that I think everybody should read. The next book I read was The Maltese Falcon by Dashiell Hammett. This was for a read-along sponsored by Very Literary Kari, and her and Sean D. Steadfast did a discussion video on this book, and I'll link the creators' channels and that discussion video in the description below. I didn't really care for the story all that much. I didn't like the characters. I didn't really find the mystery to be all that compelling. I did kind of enjoy reading the novel for its historical aspects. It's set in, I think, 1920s San Francisco, somewhere around in there. So I did kind of find that aspect of it interesting. But overall, not my reading taste. I gave it 2 stars. The next book I read was The Thin Man by Dashiell Hammett. My library had the copy that they had of The Maltese Falcon also included The Thin Man, so I wanted to read it before I returned the book to them. This follows a different detective and his wife as they kind of solve a mystery while they're on vacation in New York City. I did enjoy this one more. It has more of a kind of fun vibe to it. Not really my reading taste, so I wound up giving it 3 stars. The next book I read was Howling Dark by Christopher Ruocchio. This is the second book in his Suneater series. This is part of a read-along sponsored by Ian at B&B Books and Jose at Jose's Amazing World. This book really kind of straddled the line between a 2-star and a 3-star for me. I did give it 3 stars because there are some really good scenes in this book, but there are also long passages of just boring material. Jose actually did a fairly good non-spoiler review of this book, where he lists kind of his objections to it, and largely I agree with his objections. So, if you want to find out more information about this, I highly suggest watching his video. The link will be in the description, as well as the link for the spoiler-filled discussion that he and Ian did. The next book I finished was Apocalypse by Piers Anthony. This is like book number 47, I think. I don't remember the exact number of his long-running Xanth series. I did enjoy this one, just not quite as much as I have some of the more recent ones that he's published. It's a fairly standard Xanth story. So, if you've enjoyed this series, it's definitely well worth picking up. I did give this one 4 stars. The next book I finished was The Lakeside Cemetary by Jessica Haas. Jessica also has a booktube channel called Jess the Book Freak, and I do highly suggest that you go and check out her channel and subscribe. This book actually impressed me very much. This is Jess's first published novel, and you can kind of tell that, there's a little bit of awkward writing in it. However, the story is solid, has good characters. I'm really impressed with this first novel of Jessica's. I do, if you want to support a fellow booktuber, I do highly suggest that you get this book and read it. I think this book would make an excellent movie. It has a strong theme of friendship in it. Um, and so, I really enjoyed reading this, and I would highly suggest you checking it out. Last book I'm going to talk about is actually the only book I finished in May, and it is The Four Agreements by Miguel Ruiz. My girlfriend loaned me this book, and actually really enjoyed reading this book. This book, it's a self-help book, and it has some advice in here that's really kind of bad. But the actual four agreements are actually solid advice. It's certainly well worth reading, even if you're not the type of person that reads a self-help book. I certainly enjoyed this book, and I gave it 4 stars. As I mentioned earlier, currently I'm in the middle of Foundation and Empire. This is the second book in Asimov's Foundation trilogy. I am really enjoying it. I was kind of hoping to get it finished before I filmed this video, but I will include it in the next reading wrap-up video that I do. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.